houses. Incredible Miracle versus the World All-Stars. And the game has begun. It's going to be on Crossfire. We've got Incredible Miracle's IMYounghwa spawning as our blue Protoss player up at the top position on this wonderful map. Down at the bottom position is none other than the little app factory Team Liquid's HuK spawning as our red Protoss player down at the bottom of Crossfire. It's going to be a PvP on one of the longest maps, and I don't want to say 4-gate, but 4-gate. It's going to be one of those maps that both players are going to be pretty tempted. What do you think, Kelly?
Well, the PvP is either going to be a very long game or a very short game. Short game meaning we'll see 4-gate versus 4-gate, or long game meaning they'll transit into Colossus, Blink Stalkers, or Immortals.
And just to kind of answer some of the questions on chat, HuK is indeed back in Korea. In fact, he was at the COTH selections tonight. He is over at the OGS Liquid house, so don't worry about any sort of lag or anything like that. He's here, he's back home in Seoul. Well, he's home away from home, I guess you could say. So he is ready to rock, playing against IMYounghwa. And so right now, in PvP, of course the 4-gate is very prevalent on the Korean server, way more so than any of the other StarCraft 2 servers right now. Especially if you consider kind of the European server. They do a lot of fast expanding, actually, a lot of different builds. But here in Korea, a lot of 4-gating. Very, very powerful strategy. Tough to beat if you don't 4-gate yourself. White Ross showed us an amazing game on Shakuris Plateau against MC. We're going to have to see if HuK decides to try to do something maybe a little bit similar rather than 4-gate. But I don't know, I haven't seen HuK's PvP since his up and down matches, so I'm trying to remember what he decided to do then.
Well, he kind of did 4-gate as well, and one time he did a 3-gate blink. So, but anyway, looks like, we can't really tell for sure what they're going to do, but it's staying on one gas at the moment, so and no probes are moving out. It might not be 4-gate, because usually, really soon from now, a probe will be out to try to put on a pylon. And you can see both of them scout each other, and another gate immediately going up right in front of HuK.
Yeah, IMYounghwa putting down a second gateway. Now there is an opening you can do where you get 3 really fast corruptors. So, stalkers. Sorry about that. I'm still trapped in the last game apparently, and he is indeed boosting out his first stalker. That game was amazing actually, but I think he is going for that fast 2-stalker opening. As you can see, that stalker being chrono boosted out. He didn't decide to get a zealot, and I've got a feeling after this one finishes, he's going to wait until the second gateway finishes and get 2 more stalkers. The idea behind this is to move out around the map, look for that early zealot and stalker that your opponent might have, make sure they're not able to put up a forward pylon against you, and then from there be able to just kind of make a lot of stalkers and end up winning the game.
Well, Waira did say this in an interview. He says, if you do not 4-gate today, the other person would 4-gate you. Which is quite interesting because he actually did not 4-gate MC and he beat MC with that 3-gate robo build. So, well, we'll see. Really soon, he has 2 gas anyway. Robo Bay going out for IMYounghwa.
Yeah, IMYounghwa getting a Robo Bay instead, getting his second stalker, but completely not doing the opening I thought he was probably going to do. In the meantime, HuK actually has 3 gateways, getting Warp Gate a little bit quicker, it seems. But I'm really curious to see now what HuK is going to decide to do. It looks like HuK is actually going for a Twilight Council, so HuK probably going for Blink Stalkers, it looks like. Where's the Twilight Council? There it is.
Well, you see, we are actually up for a treat since IMYounghwa is going for Robo Bay, which would absolutely means Observer and Immortals later on. And HuK looks like he is going for that Blink Stalker, which he can show us is insane micro.
Yeah, HuK does have good micro when it comes to stalkers and blink and things like that. And the idea is that if he can get into IMYounghwa's base before IMYounghwa's able to get a lot of immortals, maybe get the timing right, where HuK enters the base right about when that first immortal pops out, then I think he's got a pretty good chance of taking down IMYounghwa. But if he's kind of a little bit more passive, allows IMYounghwa to get a lot more immortals out, 2, 3, it's going to be much, much more difficult for him to blink those stalkers away just because they'll take so much damage from the immortals. Looks like HuK is deciding to move out though. I like the timing on this.
Well,
Looking
he's
for some
playing.
pylons.
he can just chrono his blink, and his blink would be up very soon the moment he reaches the front of Younghwa's base. The thing is, he has to try to get vision so he can blink up if he wants to, which would be a good idea, but if he goes through the front door, it might be a little bit hard because there are sentries over there. Immortals also do really good damage against Stalkers, so it would definitely be completely up to HuK's micro to win this fight. And the Observer is going to come in.
He does see one of the Stalkers as well at the front. And yeah, the Observer is going to see everything. Here comes HuK though, he's moving up. Not quite able to get up high enough to blink though. Nice force field from Younghwa. Firing onto the high ground a little bit. The sentry does go down, so HuK will be able to blink up fairly soon. Trying to focus down that Immortal. HuK pulling back that injured Stalker just in time. There's a lot of Zealots out right now for Younghwa. A good amount. HuK did take one out. I think he's going to wait for the next round of Warpins before moving in. No, maybe not. Moving in as well. Trying to blink back. Take out a few Zealots. HuK doing some nice micro, but he wasn't able to take out that first Immortal. So now that there are two out, it's going to be much, much more difficult for HuK. If he can buffer some damage with the Zealots, he might have a little bit better chance, but I don't know if this attack is going to be completely successful. HuK's going to try again here. Zealots moving up the ramp. Are they going to get high enough to blink forward? He's not going to use that. He's going to blink back instead. Immortals not really being focused either, but HuK is getting a slight Stalker advantage right now. But again, those Immortals just really causing HuK to not be able to be terribly successful with that attack.
I think
more Stalkers.
I think Younghwa might actually be more successful on this one because, I mean, he does have Immortals, and besides that, he just got his blink, which means he has as much mobility as HuK, and HuK blinks in, and he focuses down the Immortals immediately, but now he sees that Younghwa has blink as well, and he's completely caught by surprise, and he's trying to pull all his Stalkers back, but it is kind of too late, and Younghwa is going to come in, clean up all the Stalkers that are there. He is going to lose this fight, and, well, HuK is in a big spot of trouble right now.
Yeah, HuK's definitely in trouble right now. He thought he could blink up, take those Immortals out, and then blink away. He did not know that Younghwa had blink already as well. So right now, HuK is on the retreat. He's already warping in units back at his base, probably going to be using the Chrono Boost to try to get more units out as fast as possible, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Younghwa still with a good amount of Stalkers himself, and blink as well. Being able to play defensive and get kind of more tech up with less unit production. HuK's in trouble.
He's indeed in a lot of trouble, you know, plus, like you said, Younghwa has that Observer, which means he can blink up whenever he wants. Here comes a blink though, and HuK is going to lose this one because you see his Stalkers are getting focused on by Younghwa over there. Look at the A move over there, look at the micro of both players, and HuK is trying his best to try to micro his Stalkers back, but, well, I think this is definitely an extremely tough fight for him to win because here comes the Proxy Pylon, and Younghwa is going to clean this up.
So despite some good micro from